Top 5 Best Vlogging Cameras in 2020. Number 5. Canon 90D. The 90D is Canon's answer to those who are still not quite ready to hop on the Micro Four Thirds train, and want a solid DSLR that can still be used for vlogging. The Canon 90D has a larger megapixel count at 32.5 megapixel than most of its APS-C sensor competitors, which allows a lot more flexibility when it comes to cropping images and video when you are editing. It also means glorious, uncropped 4K video. This means, even with a basic stock Canon lens, you should get a wide enough field of view to get some decent vlogging footage at handheld distance. The only real downsides to consider with the Canon 90D is that it only has a single SD card slot, and it doesn't have in-body stabilization. In saying that though, if you are in the Canon ecosystem already, we'd absolutely recommend the Canon 90D as a great DSLR for vlogging. Coming in number 4. Canon EOS M50. Fans of Canon were very excited to see the EOS M50, their first foray into the 4K-capable mirrorless market. The EOS M50 fits into Canon's range at the upper end of the MD market, offering features that you won't find in its lesser-priced models. In other words, the EOS M50 is a camera for enthusiasts, in that it has plenty of features, but not too many as to overwhelm you. While video image is good, we should warn you that when you film in 4K, there is a 1.6 times crop. This means the sensor zooms in 1.6 times to cater for 4K stabilized footage. This is okay if you're looking for tight shots, but if you want a very wide angle on the kit 15 to 45mm lens, you might struggle to capture everything. Overall, the EOS M50 has a solid range of features, with some compromises to reach its mid-range price point. However, if you're a fan of the Canon ecosystem, the EOS M50 may suit your needs very well. Coming in number 3. Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II. The Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II packs a huge 1-inch sensor inside its relatively small body. To put that in perspective, that sensor is roughly 4 times the size of the iPhone 11. That means buckets of glorious light and detail in your photos and blog footage. The G9X Mark II also has an impressive array of serious photographic controls for such a small camera, as well as an intuitive menu system to navigate those features. You'll also not be short on connectivity as it has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, and USB 2.0, as well as the usual physical storage. Some might complain about its video capture being limited to 1080p, but it is capable of 60 FPS for that fast-paced look, and it is stabilized. The screen also does not tilt, which may be a deal-breaker for some. With all of that in mind, if you want to take the next step up in budget without blowing the bank, the Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II is a terrific little camera for your vlogging adventures. Coming in number 2. DJI Osmo Pocket. Honestly, for under $300, there isn't much to dislike about the DJI Osmo Pocket as a beginner's vlogging camera. It's supremely portable, weatherproof, and still packs in 4K video. In fact, you can probably think of it as a GoPro with a big trick up its tiny sleeve. That big trick is DJI's world-famous gimbal stabilization. All of the other vlogging cameras on this list will use digital stabilization, which is to say that software will do its best to make the video look more stable. The DJI Osmo Pocket however has a physical gimbal, just like you'd see on DJI's very expensive drones, that keeps the actual camera itself steady, creating that silky smooth vlogging footage that looks so professional. Not bad for something that fits into the smallest of pockets. The only real downside is that the DJI Osmo Pocket is probably best suited for shooting videos rather than taking pictures. But given that the V in vlogging is for video, that shouldn't be too much of a worry if you're just starting out. If your budget is reasonably low, and you want a vlogging camera that you can take with you even if you don't have a backpack, you can't really go wrong with the DJI Osmo Pocket. Coming in number 1. Canon PowerShot ELPH 190S. Now the ELP 190S is by no means a powerhouse of photography and vlogging, but it is a good contender for an inexpensive point-and-shoot vlogging camera that has some sold features. It has a very good, for its price, 10 times optical zoom for getting in nice and tight on your shot, and also offers a solid optical image stabilization system to keep your vlogging shot steady. All of this is wrapped up in a tiny 138 grams, which is more than pocketable. There are of course downsides with a camera this expensive. It can only shoot at 720p, which is almost inexcusable these days, and the menu system is a bit of a mess. However, for well under $200, it is a very, very tempting offer if you'd like a dedicated point-and-shoot camera to start your vlogging journey.